I was talking to Will yesterday, and he was saying like, how do you like come to know like the calling or the gifting, or like how do you come to know if this is the way to go or if that's what you're supposed to do? And I was telling him like, life really is about the journey. It's like if you focus too much on the destination, you forget there's a real in between. There's a real in between. And to me, if I had to illustrate what life really looks like for all of us, if this is what life looks like, it looks like, oh wow, I just peed. Oh wow, I've come to learn that this is that. Oh, this is what they meant. Oh, you're learning. Life is learning. Like no one has it all figured out. Like that, to me, that's a cheat code. Nobody has life figured out. Nobody. And that's so encouraging for me. Like, because you fall for that trap, especially as men, we fall for that trap of thinking we have to know what to do at all times. I'm a firm believer, like what the Bible says. God said his people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And so I'm not saying don't get information, don't get your education. I'm not saying don't study to show yourself approved. You should. Look things up if you have to. But just know there are some things you'll learn as you go. Like the Bible says, like those people that were healed, they were healed as they went. And so sometimes life looks like discovery. Like you have to make room for discovery in your life. Like the times when you actually have come to know something, sometimes because of pain, sometimes because of experience or relationship. Like you have to give yourself room to factor in that, no, this season was for you to learn this lesson. Like I know it's not what you want. Like I always tell people, the real issue is we're learning things in ways we didn't want to have to learn it. We want to just always read a book and say, oh, just don't do this. And then there are things you're like, nah, now I know I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you come to learn. And how I illustrate that is this, like in school, I've learned before you get to your major classes, before you get to your major courses, you have to take your electives. But with those electives, they don't always seem interesting, sometimes even irrelevant. Like you ask yourself, why am I taking this class? Like you want to just get to the major courses, the stuff that you're interested in, the stuff that you feel like is the most relevant to where you are in your life. But what I've learned is, regardless of what you feel about those electives, you have to take the electives to graduate. You have to take the electives to go to the next level. But in those electives, if you actually pay attention, those electives will open up your mind to new things. You learn new things. But what's dope about some of those electives, we actually found these hidden passions that we would have never known about if we had not taken that class. There's some things we learned about ourselves because we took those classes. And there's things that I believe that in life are electives, are prerequisite before getting to some of the major things, the major destinations. Before you get here, there's some things you have to learn. And I had a horrible year in 2019. It was a crazy year for me. And God said, son, I just need you to look in the mirror and admit that you needed some of this to happen before you get here. Like you needed to learn your lesson here. You needed to learn this. You needed to learn that. You needed to come to understand this. Because where I'm taking you, if you don't learn this now, it's going to hurt you long term. And so make room. What I'm saying is for y'all, make room for those seasons where you're just learning. Like, don't think everything's got to be, well, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But look at where you are right now. Learn something. Allow God to be teaching you so you don't miss what he's trying to show you. It's powerful. Even when it feels irrelevant, take the course.